well need eyes to see.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Well, welcome to the Lunch Pail Boys. I'm one of the hosts, TJ Harkness. Also on here with me is a man that needs no introduction, Mr. Skyler. There is no Dana, only Zuul Wood.
It's Pooh Alonzo.
Alonzo.
Elizondo. I can't get my name right. Yep.
How you doing, Zuul?
I'm good. Good. Just living the high life with the champagne of beers.
I have been on a high life kick, so.
It's 80. You inspired me. It is 80 degrees in this garage, so I definitely need a little bit of cooling going on. So if you hear the every time I talk, it's my fan.
Oh, can you hear my fan?
Nope.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, so, oh man, so you've been doing okay though?
Fair enough, you know.
What the fuck was that face you made?
I don't know.
I'm so
about as good as you can with work and whatever.
Butt eating.
Yeah. Kind of wish some aliens would come and I wouldn't have to go to work. The aliens showed up, I'd be like, sorry guys, but it's weird out here now.
Well, you could do what South Park did. They took my job.
They took my job. Hey, those fuckers can have my job, to be honest with you.
They flew like 8 million light years here, and they're like, we want to settle in.
We want to work in Earth radio. It's my dream job. Well, you gotta love it.
Fuck. So,
how are you doing?
Beating cakes, eating taints.
No.
Living the life.
Yeah, I buy it.
Huh?
I buy it. Eating a lot of cake. Or taints.
Beating cakes, not eating.
Oh.
That's what my cousin Ryan used to say about fucking. He's like, oh, I've been beating some cakes. Which that dude did beat some cakes. God damn.
Yeah.
That boy was a poning machine. Thigh master.
You have sex with the cakes?
No, it's not fucking American Pie or
American Cake.
Lower class cake. Something like that. I was trying to think.
I'll say I don't think that would have worked as well with a cake, though. No, I wouldn't have.
Oh.
You can't have sex with a cake, especially like an ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake?
It'd be like having sex with a dead person. It's full of cream.
It just sort of in my stomach.
Yeah. Have a drink.
Well, that's okay. For some reason, I pictured him walking into the kitchen and him humping like a pineapple upside down cake or something like that.
Well,
a bundt cake. The hole's in the middle already.
Yeah, it's got usually a very big hole though. So I mean, you'd have to. I don't know. You'd be pretty more well endowed than either of us to satisfy that cake.
Dude, this big. They call me fucking capitalism because I'm breaking down walls.
You throwing a couple arms in there, are you? Or leg?
Hands, feet, my tail,
What? All right.
Yep.
All right.
So hopefully you guys may have noticed on there. But if not, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. This is also a video episode that we'll post on Facebook also. Or not Facebook, YouTube. And you can see it on Spotify now.
So if you want to see my Dumb and Dumber Lloyd Christmas chip tooth that I'm working on here.
Jeez. When did you chip your tooth?
It's been a while. I might get it fixed. I might not.
You should chip it more.
That's
so it's really more pronounced.
Yeah. Yeah. I get some pliers and.
Jesus.
Oh no, that's.
You made my pee hole hurt with that one.
That's the thing.
My peeps are hurting.
Like I find myself, I think about that sometimes, and it makes me like. I don't know, but I get stuck thinking about like getting someone's tooth with like a pair of like cross cuts or like wire cutters. I don't know why I think about that, but it makes me hurt so bad.
Why?
I don't know. Well, now I'm thinking about it. I can't stop. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. I don't know. I'm fucked up. I have a fucked up mind.
Oh, so
anyway.
Zuul, the last month has been really big UFO shit, hasn't it?
There's been a lot of things that come out for sure. Yeah.
Holy fucking dog, dude. So we had Stephen. Oh, sorry.
Also, if you want to buy into all the government psyop,
Well, we'll start off with the one thing I'm pretty sure isn't a government psyop. Stephen Greer.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably do an episode on that in a few weeks. But I watched. It's like he had like back in the early 2000s. He had a what would you call it? Like a press conference?
He had a press conference. I don't who was the conference with? I forget that.
What do you mean?
I mean, who was he speaking to? Oh,
just the press.
Just the press. Oh yeah, there's an article about it on press.org. So yeah. Press.
And it was one of the first times like a civilian agency has done, or civilian group has done something like that big.
Yeah.
And back then it was legitimately big.
Back when?
Yeah.
Back in June when? Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the one back in 2004, maybe.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the one that that was back in this year, back in like early June, I think.
Yeah. Well, both of them. He does a good job of bringing out like whistleblowers and shit like that, and it can range from people low on a totem pole, like regular grunts in the military, people, scientists, and it can go all the way up to like say generals, colonels, pilots, which is fucking cool as shit, dude.
Yeah.
And so he held one of those in June, early June, which I'm not going to get too much into it. But some of the shit they covered with like legitimate people, really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. I will say, like the one back in 2004, I know I'm jumping back and forth a little bit, but he had listed, he had a big list of, on a graphic of places where like secret bases or secret operations are taking place.
Yeah.
And our great, lovely, great state of Indiana was on that list.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that? Crane down in southern Indiana there.
Yep, just right outside of Bedford.
So they got VX gas and alien stuff down there.
Actually, yeah, I think because he had listed like little bits because he got these places like are from whistleblowers, like they've confirmed.
Yeah, I was just reading it through this article. He says he identified somewhere over like 700 high-ranking government and like corporate, what he calls corporate whistleblowers.
Yeah,
apparently that are all willing to testify. So,
well, not all of them. So he goes through. He does a good job, and we'll do an actual. Me and you will probably watch it and react to it in a few weeks. But he does a good job of explaining that, like, if people feel they're going to be in danger or they don't want to pursue it, he'll take their comments, but then he'll just like redact, and he won't reveal who the source is, which I think is pretty cool. And the big thing I pulled away from his, though, is that these government, say UFO operations aren't necessarily the reason why our government doesn't know about it, is because it's handled through black budget monies.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the same thing you hear about a lot of stuff, compartmentalization and,
Yep.
The left hand not shaking the right. That isn't a political metaphor. It's just a thing.
Well, it's companies like Bowen, like Skunk Works, Raytheon, and all these companies.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, the reason why we don't know about it is because they're keeping it secret. They're accepting government money. They're doing basically off the book operations. So, which that was really fucking cool. I was, holy shit. And some of the stories, fuck, dude. So we had that. I think the same week, David Grush came out. A government whistleblower. And we'll probably cover that when we do the Greer thing, but like, he basically came out and said, I've worked with the UFO program before. I haven't seen any of this stuff, but he goes, I've had several high-ranking people and several people high up in these like private companies reach out to me and tell me the United States has a crash collection team, basically, or teams.
The highly secretive UFO retrieval program.
Yep.
I think is,
and
what did he call it?
The dude talking, I think he's believable.
Yeah. Yeah. He also claims that that these agencies or these organizations possess, not just multiple spacecraft that they can't confirm as of human origin, but apparently corpses of the deceased little pilots. I assume they're little. I don't know. Maybe they're huge. Huge pilots.
China aliens.
Yeah, they're not China.
So, we had that. So that's still going through the news, and apparently last week, towards the end of the week, what the fuck's his name? Not out of Florida. I can't think of his damn name. Not DeSantis. The other well-known conservative that everybody hates.
Florida?
I don't know if it's Florida or Timbuktu or China. Damn it. Anyways, he came out and said, we've known about Grush, I think his name, for like a month or two already. He said he's already spoken to like the Senate group on this.
Mm-hmm.
He said there's a few other.
You thinking of Rubio?
Yeah, Rubio.
Yeah, Marco Rubio.
Where's he from?
I think he's from Florida.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. It's got I found the article. Where was it? Yeah. So Senator Mark Rubio, Republican from FLA. I guess that's Florida. FLA. He's from FLA.
He has a lisp.
Yeah. FLA. Nah.
But he said there's like Grush's story has been confirmed by other people that's testified in front of him in the Senate group. Crazy as fuck. It's
interesting when you start to get senators come out and say that, we've had these closed sessions where we've listened to testimonial from these whistleblowers and are willing to back up some of the claims that people like Grush are putting out there.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's either that or it's a massive distraction from something else going on.
Yeah, and it could be. I don't know. I'm just taking it sort of in stride.
Mm-hmm.
And not looking too much into it right now until everything settles. So we had that. And then early May or April, a documentary was put out. Fuck. Give me 1 second. Oh, accidental disclosure, accidental truth. Hold on. Okay, yes. The movie's called Accidental Truth. The guy that directed, Ron James, he is I think he's the director of communications and shit for MUFON.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been listening to him on a podcast that I like, and that's why I went and watched it. But he was talking about how, like, with his documentary, he didn't want to put everything, most documentaries now on UFOs is everything you've already heard a billion fucking times. With his, he was talking about how, like, there's a lot of new shit in it, and not necessarily just retreading old shit.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, like,
I
sorry.
was gonna say, does he give any examples? Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm choking on something.
Cock.
The High Life's coming back to fight. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, does he give any specific examples of kind of the new information?
Yeah. So, the substances that I can't remember the dude's name that looked at the metals. Because this guy, he's maybe at Harvard, but he created this mass spectrometer that's really fucking accurate. And so he interviewed him, and the guy slipped up while talking, and like there's like a series of these slip ups the whole fucking time. And the guy's like, yeah, it wasn't like the isotopic ratio of these metals is like we don't have it here on Earth. There's no fucking way. Like, it didn't originate from here. It's made, like, manufactured, but no, not here.
It's not a natural occurring element or anything like that. It's
Yeah. And so Ron goes and asks him one question further about it, and he goes, I can't tell you any more about that. He goes, but you just told me that. And he goes, well, that was an accidental truth there. He goes, shit.
Got a little too crazy.
It's a series of that. It's really fucking cool. I like the interview with John B. Alexander, who was at Skinwalker Ranch. The dude's weird as shit. And then Christopher Mellon, Michio Kaku. So right now I don't know if they're trying to inundate us with like UFO shit to sort of.
And it's like, yeah, if they are, what's the purpose?
Yeah.
Are they teeing us up for something that's already here, or or is I don't want to say this. I've heard it put forth that they're setting us up. Well, let's just say, like, you think that if you want to believe that the 9/11 cover up or the event was some kind of an orchestrated event, that the 2020 something version is going to be an alien invasion, where they use some kind of Project Bluebeam, technology
I don't-
to I don't know, destroy a city.
Yeah.
Again, probably not. Hopefully not. But that is, where my head goes when we start getting government agencies coming out and senators coming out going, yeah, this stuff is possibly real. Could be, yeah, totally. Kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No, not out of nowhere, but
I would say also it's real convenient right now that it's coming out at the same time that Hunter Biden was basically slapped on the wrist.
Have you seen the videos of him? Have you ever seen the video? Have you seen the videos of him coked out? Or have heard any of this stuff going on right now? Or they found a big bag of cocaine in like the West Wing of the White House?
Everyone's like, oh, I wonder where it came from. Well, the fucking cokehead.
They're like, well, we'll never figure it out. Like, yeah, because there's no cameras. There's no way to test or find that out. I think the fact that they say that they'll never find out who did it is pretty, I think is damning evidence that somebody they don't want to find out. Anyway, but not to get into the politics and the
just
the
times
Biden
are crazy.
family.
And also they think they found out who possibly patient 0 for COVID was, a doctor out of Wuhan.
Really?
But then he put out a press release saying, no, I wasn't sick and all this.
Yeah, he doesn't want to go.
Of course, what the fuck?
He doesn't want to end up where the Uyghur Muslims went.
Or the guy that the head of Alibaba, Jack Ma, I think his name is.
Did he disappear too?
Oh, for a long, long time. And then he came back. He's like, "Oh, I love China.
I love China. China's great. They didn't.
Chinese government's good.
They didn't torture me until I said this. Wouldn't do it.
They didn't stick ants in my pee hole.
Oh God, they do that?
I don't know. I think that would just be one of the most painful things you can do. The little ant colony in your urethra.
Since we kind of got on the subject of like current events and weird stuff in the news, I don't know if I can share this, but have you seen this video? This lady freaking out on an airplane about this like person that she said was not a real person.
No.
Hang on, let's see if I can share this because it's kind of up the alley. Let's see. Here it is. Okay, can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, maybe. Oh, this is different. We'll see what this is.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the off, and there's a reason why I'm getting the off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two but I am telling you right now, that mother back there is not real.
All right, so the internet has heard the story of the woman on the plane with the reptilians. But thanks to her delaying the flight, I just got home, so now it's my opportunity to tell my side of the story.
Apparently this is the reptilian.
So we're attempting to fly out of Dallas, Fort Worth, and then basically this woman, she sits next to me, and she's clearly been drinking. I'm minding my own business, and sure enough, she sees my hoodie that has this Freemason logo on it. And on top of that, she noticed my ring, so she started to ask questions. Nothing dramatic, just asked me, do I know what these symbols mean? Why am I wearing it? What's the purpose? Yada, yada, yada. And long story short, I basically just say, hey, I'm a Freemason. I even briefly explained how I educate about Freemasonry here on TikTok. Next thing I know, she basically starts to grill me about low-level Freemason and that it's all Satanism and that it's ruled by reptilians and blah, blah, blah. So I simply put my hood up and I started to ignore her and basically just mind my own.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because I hadn't seen that. But
I was hoping he would edit his eyes so they would blink this way.
Well, I saw the original thing I saw there was like, it was an article came with it, and someone said that the guy blinked, weirdly at him afterward. I don't know. I feel like that's exactly what a reptilian would say if he, had access to TikTok. So,
yep. Holy shit!
Oh man, okay, that wasn't as good as I thought, but
Oh hey,
but you know, she seemed very upset.
so also to put the little like cherry on the top, in June, it started really getting big. Was a story of this alien encounter in Las Vegas between a family. In real TJ fashion, I, for some reason, dove real deep into this. Ultimately was able to find out where this family lived and looked at like Google
Earth or
Maps
yeah.
or Google Earth, yeah. And that'll come into play later, but this is a real fucking weird story. So we'll get into this. So on Sunday, April 30th, 2023, at 10:41 p.m., an officer with the Las Vegas Police Department was talking to someone outside their home on a call when, out of nowhere, like you've seen his shit just light up green, and you've seen a bright green object split the sky, which was followed by a loud boom in the distance. That same officer actually captured that on his body camera footage.
Yeah, it's a wild.
We'll play that for you.
Yeah, it's a wild video. I'm sure it's not unheard of for a meteor to burn green like that, but it's such an odd color.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, so on May 1st, around midnight, two boys named Angel and his brother were working on their vehicle in their backyard. Angel hears something, heard something falling from the sky, and turns to see this giant ball of light falling from the sky, and then an impact that he said shook the ground. He looked at the object, but everything was how he said it was like he looked at it, but it was blurry. Not like his vision was blurry, but just around where the object was located, just in the area where it was at in his backyard. And he said, reported that he heard thousands of footsteps around him. I don't know if he counted them or there's a lot of footsteps.
That's two.
It's like,
are there millipedes back here that I can't see?
That's a lot of steps. I counted 1,000. Exactly.
So, Angel's vision cleared and things began to focus again. This is when Angel saw a 10-foot tall, thin creature. Angel then yelled for his dad, who came outside. Angel's dad also, his name was Bob, saw the creature and told Angel and his brother to get the fuck inside, basically.
So I want to deal with this tall bitch. So you think of like this tall gray creature. I was trying to get an idea of like what type of alien this thing was. You know,
they make it sound like it was a gray almost.
Yeah, but a 10-foot tall gray. I mean, kind of out of characteristic for the height, but everything else does line up. That's the thing. It was like, I don't know, it was like a gray or a tall white or a reptilian. You know, got banging there in the alternate dimensions.
Supposedly, there's a few different variations of grays.
Yeah,
you've got your short ones, and then you've got like real tall ones.
You got like the Michael Jordan or the Patrick Ewing grays.
Patrick, that's the name I actually thought of. That's sort of crazy.
I only know like 90s basketball players. I couldn't tell you really by right now. Now So moments later, Angel and his brother go out back to pick up their tools, and Angel's brother tells him,
fuck?
"What?
They go outside to pick up fucking. They just seen aliens,
right? We just saw this 10-foot tall, I don't know, like gray reptilian hybrid, which means somewhere out there those two are fucking."
What?
And I don't know.
Hopefully, he didn't take my Snap-on tools.
Yeah, well, that's true. They are Snap-ons. Yeah, I'd probably go back out for them too, I suppose. Yeah, they go back out to pick the tools up, and Angel's brother tells him to look over at the forklift, to which Alien sees the 10-foot tall gray creature. Don't know if he was forklift certified, so I don't know if he was over there like lifting pallets or something.
What did you say?
Whoa! Hey, are you certified for that? We might have to get OSHA involved or something here.
Does you know you're working
Yeah.
off time?
Oh fuck, scab! This fucking intergalactic scab coming here and taking our jobs on the forklift. Son of a bitch. So Angel stated that he froze, almost like he had sleep paralysis. The creature was breathing hard out of his mouth, and he noticed that the creature's stomach was moving in and out with every exhalation.
That's weird.
Yeah, that's odd.
So, I'm sorry. God damn it. Angel ran inside and called 911.
Oh, you have the 911 recording?
Yep.
Nice.
Before we get into this, I want to tell you that I really don't like this kid.
This is Angel.
This is
right.
Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And you're about to hear him on the 911 call. He seems, I don't get a good vibe from him listening to him. So.
Call. There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and looking at us, and it's still there.
Okay, where is this on your property?
In my backyard. I swear to God, this is not a joke. This is actually we're terrified of it.
So there's two people or two subjects
Sounds,
that are in your backyard?
Sounds terrified.
Correct, and they're very large. They're like 8 foot, 9 feet, 10 foot. I don't know. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes. They have big eyes, like I can't explain it. And big mouth. They're tiny eyes, and they're not human. They're 100% they're not human.
Okay.
Okay, so the 911 operator's like not into it, I don't think. Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Well,
what's your issue with this call? Do you have any issues with it?
I mean, he doesn't sound terrified.
Yeah.
He doesn't sound like he just saw a 10-foot tall. Again, something that isn't real, or not real, but isn't human. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it was me and I was gonna fake a 911 call, I would try to lay it on a little more. If I was trying to really
That's sort of what I was thinking.
Thinking like, I mean, yeah. I don't know. Maybe he was under some influence of this post paralysis. I'm surprised he didn't say something about, yeah, he's over there fucking trying to drive the forklift.
Better get the union rep out here.
Yeah, that was the first call. Probably was to the union rep, and they were coming out. Whatever that's gonna happen. Whatever they're gonna do, put the boots to the alien.
So, I'm not like, I would be scared of shit. I've been into UFOs. Almost my whole adult, life and teenage. Actually, since 2nd grade when I got my first UFO book.
Oh yeah.
And I would read it to the class. And I got made fun of.
Oh, dude.
2nd and 3rd grade.
Dude, I remember walking to the library once. I don't remember how old I was. Old enough to be alone and walked to the library, and I checked out a book on UFOs or aliens or something, and I came home and I read it, and I was home by myself, and it was like dusk and the sky looked weird. And I don't know. I just remember being like sitting in my driveway, just waiting for my parents to come because I was like panicking about just, I don't know. The sky was weird. And I don't know. I don't remember it very vividly, but I think I was abducted that day.
The union reps came and touched my butthole.
Yeah. Hey, sir, are you forklift certified? I'm like, I don't even have a forklift.
Bend over. We need to check your asshole.
Oh my God, this is unions are serious. They mean business.
Yeah, a bit tough. You've been driving that forklift.
Yep, that's
off duty.
That's forklift and residue on your butthole, sir. What are you, 6 or 8 or how? I don't know. I might have been 10.
Never too young.
Never too young to pay your dues, sir.
So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like there's a sense of urgency in his voice, but then he may not be that type of kid. I mean, he was talking fast, but it wasn't like there was a whole lot of emotion.
And there wasn't much commotion out behind, in the people. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like the situation would call for some sense of like a little panic, a little chaos going on behind. Like, oh shit, what the? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just seemed like you really didn't hear much going on behind him, as far as like the people in the room. So yeah, unfortunately, Angel, I'm not sure. Is he the one that claimed? Was it him, or was it like the responding officers that found like the circular? I don't know if we're going to talk about this coming up anywhere, but there's like this.
We will.
Okay, so I won't go into it. Okay, yeah. So we'll get there.
After the call, the family wait. This was a crazy thing. They had to wait 38 fucking minutes for the cops to arrive.
That's about right. Probably.
And they just basically posted up in their house. While inside, the family would go on to hear something that would conjure up memories of something like Kelly Hopkinsville creatures. Him and his family would hear creatures' footsteps out on the backyard and on the roof. And he also heard them. Apparently, these people were mindful of curfew because they kept their voices low while outside, and they would whisper.
Yeah, they don't want to get any. I mean, they've already operated a forklift without certification. They don't want to get. They don't want to get a a noise. Yeah,
ordinance violation.
That's not legal either. At least Angel and his dad and brother didn't start blowing the house apart with a shotgun.
That would have been the best. Dude, if I would have seen that, I would have gone out there. I would have.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, if I was going to go out for my snap-on tools, I had the shotgun too.
Yeah. Oh, so right now we have two things. They went out for the tools. You know, after you see a fucking UFO or alien or some weird shit, I'm not gonna go back out in the fucking backyard until cops arrive to get my fucking tools.
I was gonna say, did they? Yeah, so that when it didn't make it clear, but did they call the cops and then go get the tools, or they go? No, that's right. They went back out. They saw the dude in forklift, and then they're like, "Hey, by the way, I don't think this guy's union." That's my biggest complaint. Not the 10-foot tall humanoid alien. It's the anyway.
I don't know if it was a skid loader as much as a forklift. I can't remember.
I've heard forklift in a couple different accounts.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, tomato. So when the officer did arrive, the family went outside, and Angel and his family told him, what they had seen. And we're gonna go. We're gonna show some video of body cam footage of the police talking to Angel and family. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, ma'am.
So that's the thing about a lot of this is there is some verification with some of these the accounts.
It's more than an hour after that bright light. Officers meeting up with the caller and his family.
What'd you see?
It was like a big creature.
A big creature?
Yeah, like a long top.
I'm not going to BS you guys. One of my partners said they saw something fall out of the sky too, so that's why I'm kind of curious. Did you see anything land in your backyard, or
they see like a big? That's what they say. They see like a big something with light. What I saw right now, I do believe in it.
Police walk into the backyard to investigate, but Metro.
Yeah, I mean, it just still. Before I don't go on here. It's like it's still like there's not a lot of panic in any of these people.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. Did they see a light in the sky and think, "Oh, hey, let's let's concoct this story together about the 10-foot tall forklift operator.
10-foot tall hand job.
Yeah. So you saw in the video, Angel started to take the police to the backyard where they found a round indentation in the gravel, and it kind of looked like something, someone basically did a really crappy job of trying to do a crop circle and just kind of drug their foot along in a circle. I don't even think it was a perfect circle. So really, if it was aliens, I'm not that impressed with their ability to draw circles. Kind of expect better. Or, they kind of looked like I don't know, maybe an indentation of like a above ground pool or something like that. That was obviously not there anymore. So I think we have a picture of the indentation that we're going to show you. And I will say, do we talk any more about this going anywhere else? This circle? There's a
with the indentation?
Yeah. So
yeah,
I will say, if we do go into it, and I think it was in there was a
right here.
Yeah, I think there was a news segment that George Knapp did with a local station there out of Vegas, in the Vegas area. And I think people have pretty much confirmed that circle had been there for at least a year via like Google Maps, looking at it from above. So again, another kind of notch against the Angel narrative.
And I want this so much to be real.
Yeah.
Like that's why I hate like doing this shit, because he is a kid. God damn it. Like,
yeah. But these aren't the only people that saw this thing, apparently, right? Or is this the main like witnesses of the creature itself? I know there was multiple
These
people
are the only witnesses.
Okay. Well, never mind. I know there was quite a few people that saw the lights, saw the streak across the sky, but anyway.
And a streak happened at 10, I can't remember, 10:50, something like that.
Yeah. This whole thing started on the 30th of April and went into July or June 1st.
So like that next day, that morning,
Mm-hmm.
But it was like an hour or two after that happened.
Yeah.
So the times don't necessarily line up. So after that, one of the cops went inside the home, and the other one drove around the neighborhood and approached like people he would see out walking, or like people driving past, and he'd ask them if they've seen anything, which they had that on body cam footage. So the events that we just explained to you came from a video that was posted by Angel on his YouTube channel, which he created shortly after sighting.
Yeah. Back in May 18th, Doug Papa received info from a source inside the LA PD regarding the alien sighting. Mr. Papa tweeted about the incident, which is the first time the public. This is the first time that it was brought to the public.
Yep. And I forgot to put a little intro in there about Doug Papa. So Doug Papa apparently was a cop.
What, you don't?
Oh, it wasn't Las Vegas. It was somewhere else.
Everyone doesn't know who Doug Papa is. Big Papa, Big DP.
I hate you. But what he did basically is pull like a Serpico.
Yeah.
And like there were some dirty fucking cops.
Dirty fucking cops.
And he basically brought him down.
Okay.
So like, I think he was maybe a detective, but it was like a big group of dirty motherfuckers. So like he's got a YouTube channel, and then he's also got he writes for a few newspapers and shit, like editorials and shit like that on things. And he's been on the news several times for his investigation. So this dude does know how to investigate. So Doug met with the family on 5/19/23, the day after he revealed it to through tweet. I think it was tweet, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he tweeted out, yeah. So 5/19, he goes out and interviews Angel. Doug stated that getting information for Angel is like fucking, pulling teeth. He wasn't really very forthcoming with the information, and Angel was really skeptical of why Doug was there. Apparently, a lot of other news organizations had reached out to him, to Angel.
Mm-hmm.
So he also asked if like Doug was sort of like with the government. And then the part that fucking pissed me off was Angel looked at Doug and asked if he paid for information. And Doug goes, nope, I don't do that. And if anybody offers to pay you, they're not legitimate. Because that's not how this should work.
No. Yeah. Yeah. So, so while Angel was talking to Doug, his mother came out. And when Angel was done talking, he stepped away, pulled out his phone, and called someone else. The mother and Doug began to carry on a conversation about the events that transpired that night. And the mother told Doug that 2 days after the incident, 2 different police officers from the Las Vegas PD arrived to ask more questions. They told her that they needed to go into the yard. She asked why. The officers told her that the 2 officers that originally responded had messed up and didn't do something they were supposed to. But the officers didn't tell her what that thing was, which is kind of odd.
And they did give her cards.
Yeah.
Their business cards. So 2 or 3 days later, this mom is still talking to Doug. She told Doug that 2 or 3 days later, 2 detectives from the Las Vegas PD arrived at her home and stated they were investigating it. She said she was sort of surprised because she assumed it was already taken care of. And they asked to go back out into the backyard. They went back there, took pictures, and did a few other things she didn't really know. And then they left. They also left cards with her. So Doug asked if he could see the business cards. The detective did her, and she said no. Like the family's just sort of stonewalling. Nah, can't see any of this shit. Which is weird.
Yeah, you wonder what the... So did they show up? Is this all still part of their, part of the, I don't know, whatever this story they're concocting is, or
Yeah.
are they kind of now like, oh man, we shouldn't have said anything because now we're getting all these weird people showing up.
Yep.
Yeah. So
well, so if you remember, Zuul stated that while Doug was talking to the mom, Angel stepped off and called somebody. Doug was able to hear, sort of pay attention to Angel while he was talking on the phone, and he overheard Angel mention his name, and then mention the person's name. He asked, like, is this so-and-so? And they said, yeah. It was another local reporter. Doug said he knew the name, but he wasn't going to give it out. Doug stated that Angel was walking through the scenario with that reporter, and the reporter was asking a bunch of questions, and Angel was answering. He said that's all he heard, but he said he thought that was really fucking strange. Angel stepped away, called a reporter, and started talking to a reporter.
Yeah, it's like they're withholding information from some and, kind of letting it fly with. Be interesting to know who that reporter was. Maybe it was Knapp.
I think it was a female. He did say it was a female.
Okay. Well, it wasn't Knapp. Now, on May 22nd, Doug Papa released his first video on the incident titled, in all capital letters, "Did object fall from sky, crash in Vegas? Witness home under police video surveillance." Now, Doug told the story that we had just told you. And then on May 23rd, Doug released another video. This one was titled, "Update. What fell from the sky over Las Vegas? Why does the LVMPD have home under surveillance?" So they were surveilling this house. I mean, which is verifiable. They apparently had a camera on the house.
They posted them on posts, like back in the backyard.
Yeah.
Aimed down on the house.
Yeah. Which, they said was for the not safety or just peace of mind of the family who was kind of concerned about I think some of the attention they were getting maybe, and, just maybe if they were indeed concerned about what was visiting them or had visited them, again, to kind of ease their mind. So this episode, he spoke in more depth about on the prior episode, but nothing new was added to it. He also spoke about why the PD would have cameras installed around the home, which we just kind of gave some of the thoughts. And on the 27th of May, Doug released another video, another episode. "Exclusive. Vegas object fell from sky, left circular pattern in ground. Family saw creatures." Again, in all caps. That when I was using that voice, that's my all caps voice. So, Doug spoke to Angel again and then received pics of the indentation of the craft in the ground, which we can, have some evidence that it had been there for quite a while.
Which we've showed you. I'm not going to show you again.
No.
And if you're listening, you can find it online pretty easy. We'll actually have it.
Looking at it again, though,
on our website.
I said, looking at it again, it actually has a pretty good circle. Yeah.
Good circle.
Good circle. Yeah. Well crafted.
This dude, his titles crack me the fuck up, dude.
It's like, I don't know. It comes off as very clickbaity. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately.
I was hoping you were going to do exclusive. Vegas object fell from sky.
Ah, what does this mean for the price of eggs in China? More news at 11.
On May 27th, the Baltimore Post-Examiner released an article by Doug Papa. Doug talked about the story in its entirety and showed a picture of the circular impression in the article. Now he's got a picture of the alien, which I think is the first time anybody's seen it. It's a real shitty picture, and it's super fucking pixelated.
Yeah, it's hard to see anything in that. I mean, you kind of see shape of a... Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Oh.
So I'll show it real quick.
It looks like it's got some abs, though. It's like a six-pack.
Right here.
Yeah, look at that.
And supposedly you can see the head. Or shit. See the head right here and the eyes. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
That's a toughie.
So,
I don't even see a forklift in the picture.
This is where things began to get rolling. More press. After this article went out, 8 News Now would start to investigate. Which, for those of you out there who don't know, a lot of you may know, that's the news station that our man, George Knapp, is with. Some people hate him, some people love him. I love the fuck out of the dude. I feel he does a pretty good job.
I feel like he's definitely... I don't know. He seems like he's legitimately trying to get to the bottom of some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Without sensationalizing it overtly.
Yeah. But so shit's serious when Big Dick. I don't know if I'd necessarily compare him up there with fucking Stanton Friedman. I'd say George Knapp's dick is probably equal to Stanton UFO dick is equal to Stanton Friedman's UFO dick.
I mean, he's undeniably cooler than... don't get me wrong.
I don't know, dude.
I like Stanton Friedman, but I mean...
God damn, Stanton Friedman, his voice just makes me... I can see why girls just ooze in his presence.
Yeah, they're totally oozing. Yeah. So on the 27th of May, we hear back from Big Papa himself. He released another interview in all caps titled "Interview with Vegas residents who observed object fall from sky, crash, and then saw alien creatures." And as the name, I mean, the whole story's there. And as the name implies, Doug interviews Angel, but nothing new. There were no new details that were added to the story.
I find the more I'm hearing from Angel, like Doug Papa, I think he's biting a little bit too much on it, but he doesn't see Angel's bullshit. The more I listen to Angel, the less I fucking believe him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Again, what's the point of continuing to put out this stuff if there's nothing new of note? I mean, why keep going back to the well if it's dry? You know. But on May 31st, the Vegas Metro PD removed the cameras from the property after Doug's articles and episodes of shows were released. After that, the story went quiet till June 7th when 8 News Now released a video. The story didn't initially get much traction, that is, until June 8th when News 8 re-released the same article, 100% not human, but was credited to Mr. George Panty Wetter Knapp. Yeah. After using the old Big Dick Nap's name in the news, the news began to spread like wildfire. So
it did, dude. Holy fuck.
Well, yeah. Once you attach someone like that to it, I mean, I think I like the two of us so far up to this point. Most of this has been met with a considerable amount of skepticism. So I think most people, UFO interested parties and UFOs or not, they're probably thinking the same thing. But then, yeah, once you start throwing George Knapp's name around, that probably turns a few more heads than that would probably get people more into it.
On June 8th, Alien Society 51 YouTube channel, which was Angel's channel, released I Had Aliens in My Backyard Part 1. The video is 7 minutes long and is Angel talking about the incident. They also created a TikTok on the same day. And since at the time that I did this had released 7 or 6 videos, I'm not sure what it's up to now. I don't even know what his... I'm curious to see what his YouTube channel has.
Oh, I'm sure it's got... I mean, this has gone now, beyond national. I mean, CNN has reported on it, News Nation, so I'm sure this guy has got a few followers, both on TikTok and YouTube.
Okay. So he only has one video that was from 4 weeks ago on YouTube. 19.3 thousand subscribers.
Jeez. Yeah.
Off that one video, he has almost 1 million views on that one video.
1 million? Like I said,
904,000.
Yeah, not bad for a very shaky alien encounter.
Just to show, I find it sketchy. I mean, I understand he released one video on YouTube, but like his TikTok videos, I think one was like, I'll give you an interview and explain the whole story if you guys give me like 1,000 views.
Yeah, that's
or 1,000 subscribed.
Yeah, I think that was a June 8th post. I'll do a Q&A if you give me 1,000 followers. Okay. Again, this starting to seem like some kind of a attention grab. So yeah, on
I didn't.
No. On a June 10th post, Angel stated that he has Netflix and Discovery Channel waiting to do a documentary on him. Again, like how many videos and articles have already been done about this guy? And I don't know. I find that hard to believe. But still, on June 13th, Angel posted another video asking for everyone to leave him alone. Now he doesn't want to be bothered after, wanting to bring in thousands of followers and subscribers and do Q&As and documentaries. Now he wants to be left alone. He's stating that the news channels are saying fake stuff. And that they allegedly moved out. Assuming of the place they were living. So, did he bite off more than he could chew? Maybe. I'll say, the folks on the internet are can be sort of ruthless if they maybe are sniffing out a phony here.
Oh, dude, the fucking internet sleuths are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
On June 15th, old Doug Papa was interviewed on News Nation regarding his involvement, which News Nation, I don't know much about them.
They're fair.
And I've heard more about them in the last month.
Yeah.
2 months.
So they're a fairly new, I mean, and I don't know how new, but, you know, relatively speaking. Dogs agree. Is that Rosie?
Yeah.
Is that the floof dog?
People are letting off fireworks.
Yeah, same here. Surprised my dogs aren't barking.
But so, like I said, I haven't heard much from News Nation up until, and they're fucking like David Grush and Doug Papa, like they're sort of hitting this UFO shit hard.
Yeah.
Hard and dry, dude. In the clip with the interview with News Nation, Doug talks about how one of the police sources revealed that the police redacted 16 minutes of the video clip. He said, like, this is the person that he that works a high-ranking official in the police department. This is also the same person that gave him the information, because nobody knows. I mean, people found out where they live. I found it on Google Maps.
Well, yeah, people have. I mean, people were verifying that the circle, you know, was there a year ago.
But like, none of this was released to the public prior to Doug Papa getting it. And it had been, 15, 20 days. 15, 18 days, something like that.
So when you're talking about the redacted 16 minutes, is that of like the body cam? Is that of...
Yep.
Okay. Floof dog okay?
Quit freaking out. Stop. She's freaking out because of the idiots across the road, but I'm going to play this real quick. Now, there may be a little bit lag in the video and his voice.
So we're watching
Here we go.
Big Pop on News Nation.
My sources are telling me from Metro that they cannot understand this, because when they released the body cam video from the October 17th massacre, 2017 massacre, what they do is, if there's something that they don't want you to see, they'll blur it out. But there's no reason why they couldn't have blurred out whatever they don't want you to see. Say if there was something in the back of the family's yard that the family didn't want to be seen, the audio should have been running. In this case, everything is blocked out. So we don't know the conversation between the police officer in the backyard and Angel. We don't know what they were looking at.
Angel's the young man. I want to be clear for our audience. He's the young teenager who called 911 and was the primary observer, witness of this, although other members of his family said they saw it too. Why do you suppose then that the Las Vegas Metro Police did that? Redacted 16 full minutes, went to complete silence and black for 16 minutes. And do you think they'll reverse course to just try to put an end to all the speculation?
Well, obviously it's redacted both on audio and video, because there's obviously something that they don't want us to see and something to hear. Now, my sources told me that immediately after this incident, a Las Vegas Metro Police Department detective who he works with the gangs or something, he's an IT expert. My sources said he was immediately called in, and the speculation is that something was either deleted or changed in the record system, whether it was a body camera or a dispatch system, we don't know, because he's not even talking to his friends. I got his name, but I'm not going to mention it. So that came from reliable sources within Metro.
I've got 10 seconds left. Is there anything that can convince you that this is true at this point in this investigation?
I don't think I said this last night. I don't believe the family's lying. I believe they're telling the truth. They believe they saw something. As far as what the Metro Police are doing, they have a pattern and practice of cover-ups and lies over the years. So now this is almost 4 weeks. It's over a month now since this thing happened. Now they're starting to put out press releases and stuff, but they haven't put out press releases, giving a verbal statement. I don't trust anything right now. The timeline doesn't fit with these cameras. They put them in on the 19th, and I was told that the only way they knew about it, the undersheriff, was my podcast. And then they were pulled out 2 or 3 days later. Or if they were concerned for the family's safety, why did they pull them out?
Right.
And
Why
why
pull
did
them
they
out
put
so
them back
quickly?
in now since there's people over at the house?
And yeah, because the speculation is growing and there may be more looky-loos. Makes perfect sense. Doug Papa, thanks so much for being on again. Really appreciate it.
Have a nice night, Ashley.
You too. Thank you.
Huh.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's different. That's so they haven't come out and said why they've redacted 16 minutes of the body cam footage. It wasn't a malfunction, or they didn't shut it off because they're like, nah, there's just some dildo back here making circles. You know.
And apparently, as he pointed out, at one point in that Las Vegas PD during the shoot, the sniper thing.
I was going to ask when he was talking about the massacre, he was talking about the Mandalay Bay shooting.
Yep, the Mandalorian
Bay. Yeah. This is the way.
Which I'm going to use. The dude covers that in some of his things. He's a good source.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say I sidetrack. That would be an interesting subject to cover at some point down the road, because that whole thing just kind of like happened, and then there was really nothing.
Yeah.
Anyway, not to go down any holes right now, other than this one.
I like people going down my holes.
Yeah, well, we got to keep it to one hole or so per episode. We don't want to go down too many holes. So, to add to the weirdness of that, the family also claimed that men in black suits driving unmarked sedans had been seen sitting outside of the house and also frequently cruising by the house. Now, they don't have any video or picture evidence to prove it, but there was an off-duty police officer that had staked the house out for several days after the event to see if anything strange was happening, to see if they could catch anything weird going on around the home, and stated that he did observe several black vans and sedans driving really slow past the house several times. So there's some evidence, I guess, of this undercover retired police officer, at least backing some of that stuff up. Which,
Doug Papa spoke to him about it.
I don't know if Tommy Lee Jones was there, or Zed.
I hate you, Rip Torn. Is he still
He's
alive?
dead. I think he's dead. Pretty sure he's dead.
Oh man, the only guy that. Let's see. Yep, July 9th, 2019. 3 days away from the anniversary.
Huh.
So, I want to. Weird. What is she doing?
She's floofing.
She's like flipping over her bed because she's pissed.
Like, fuck.
Quit fucking up the
Fuckers
bed.
keep lighting off fireworks. It's the 5th. It's the 5th of July. Wait, it's the 6th.
6th.
The 6th of July.
Now she's gonna go downstairs and fucking do that to that fucking.
She's like, I'm going.
She'll do weird shit when she's pissed. So we're gonna dive into issues with the story. We've talked sort of about it, so we may re-highlight some things.
I feel like we've both had issues so far up to this point. Actually, the whole thing with the deleted body cam footage and maybe some of the Men in Black stuff kind of like brings me back in a little bit. Like maybe there's something to it, but
oh yeah. First thing I want to point out is that Angel told Doug Papa during the first interview initially that the cops left pretty quickly after arriving. He said that the cops didn't do their job because they left. They got there and then left really quick. When asked why, he stated, quotes, because they were scared. End quote. Which they did say that on body cam footage, like as they were leaving, they said, don't call us if you guys see this again. Take care of it yourself. You guys are all carrying, which that's the police notice in the run log, which I've got, and I'll try to find the link and attach the link.
Find a way to put that on with the episode somewhere.
But Dad was carrying, and I think maybe an uncle, somebody else was carrying.
God bless America.
So they have weapons.
Oh yeah, God bless America.
But he said, "You guys take care of it yourselves." He was joking.
Yeah.
But
well, sure. So I mean, and this is after the 16 minutes of deleted stuff. I mean, whatever they saw didn't spook them that much. But
well, Angel said that they left real quick. So.
Yeah.
But according to the police run log,
they were there for.
Which, like I said, I've got it, and
I mean, but you could fudge the log, right?
I can.
No.
Nope. It came.
Is this something that's logged by someone other than the responding officers?
No, I don't have it. The dispatch, or no, the officers put it in the computer system, and it shows up on the in their system.
Okay.
Or there's some police departments where they get in, they type out exactly what they're doing. So it's not a report. It's just like we went here, seen this, talked to these people, they stated this. So it's like a less in depth.
Mm-hmm.
So, so in the police log, it's stated, or the police run log, police officers arrived on scene around 1 a.m. and left at 2 a.m. It was long enough to speak with the family, walk in the backyard. One of the officers went in the house, and then another one drove and walked around the neighborhood and asked people. We've got confirmation of all those things.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, he says they're really in a hurry. I think this is the first bit of dishonesty. Whether it's the teen's natural inclination to blow things out of proportion or not, this isn't a real promising start.
Or maybe his sense of time is distorted because of the encounter. He's still coming off the effects of
they fuck with his time.
Coming off the effects of the sleep paralysis forklift operator.
Alien acid.
Yeah, he got dosed. Oh, maybe. So yeah, yep. So during Angel's first and only YouTube video, he stated that a neighbor had a video from a Ring camera, Ring doorbell cam, showing that the light from the fireball and then the sound that it made when it was allegedly hitting the ground. And of course, we'll let Mr. Knapp tell you about this one. We have a video, I believe, from his appearance on the news channel there in Vegas. I wish I could remember.
8 now,
yeah.
What about the Ring camera video with the weird noise? The main witness, Angel, intimated to us the video was recorded by one of his neighbors, and the audio was from the April 30th UFO crash. It wasn't. The security camera video was recorded in mid-April, according to the man who first posted the clip. He doesn't want his name used, but says the recording was from a fireball that passed over his home in the southwestern part of the valley 2 weeks prior to the alleged alien encounter. The family declined to be interviewed by us, but members have spoken elsewhere and stick to their claims of seeing aliens in the backyard.
So we've got that.
So he said, and maybe he was under the impression that it was from that night, but again, a little more dishonesty or a little more, incorrect facts. that was not a video of the night in question. So prior to the May 1st sighting, there was another sighting a few days earlier. And this may have helped push the public to become a little more observant when looking to the skies. We will show you a clip of that as well, which I guess theoretically could be what prompted. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what prompted an entire family to get behind this story, trying to make up this kind of elaborate story about seeing some alien creatures in the backyard, but you know.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is it a UFO? We can't
It's
figure it
Superman's
out.
dick.
So if you are reaching out, these large bright lights in the skies over the strip in downtown, he says they're bigger than the helicopters we see circling many, many times. And we just heard back from Nellis. They say not involved in this. So if you think you know what these are, or you've seen these, you can reach out, let us know right on our website, anewsnow.com. Top story there.
I think the key thing is he said they're bigger than the helicopters they see flying over. So it's not like it's a fucking Chinese lantern.
Yeah. I guess, but I mean, assuming you know how far away they are. They did look like they were kind of...
Even at that, though.
Yeah.
Chinese lanterns, I mean, I've seen them at a distance. They're not, that's huge from even, say, a mile or two.
That did look like the distance was...
Lights that bright.
Yeah, that looked like quite a distance away from wherever that video was taken, so... Yeah, I mean, who knows what it is? It's, but, again, does that kind of spur the imagination of this family? And when they could have been out back toying around with the car, whatever, that night, and earlier in the night saw that flash of green, that the same thing the cops saw, same thing that a bunch of people saw that night. Who knows? But that video that we just saw, that was April 28th, and 8 News Now released an article about the lights being observed over Las Vegas. So a man named Bill took a picture of a UFO, and he said that this was a picture taken in his backyard about 9 p.m. when he noticed the lights in the sky northwest of his neighborhood, and he started to record. He thinks the lights were over the strip in the old kind of downtown Vegas area.
Yeah. So, so the video we showed, I think that is Bill that took that video.
Okay.
Like the man said, they had reached out to an Nellis spokesperson who stated that there was no training being conducted over the valley that previous night.
And that's Nellis Air Force Base there, correct? Near Vegas. Okay.
Yeah. And then Harry Reid, spokesperson from the Harry Reid Airport, also stated there was no activity going on that night that would produce the, strange illumination in the night sky.
Harry Reid has an airport named after him in Vegas.
You know what? I like Harry Reid.
He's grown on me.
He's one of the few people. He took a leap of faith and invested a shit ton into this and got a lot of shit started.
He may be one of the reasons why we hear so much about it today. I mean, maybe he got the snowball rolling. Yep. So So another thing that could have possibly explained the initial cop sighting was the possibility of the bright streak. That the bright streak in the sky is simply a meteor. So we did do some looking to see what we could find about that. And according to the Seattle Times, in an article written on June 19th, NASA officials stated that a bright beam of light recently spotted plummeting through the darkness of an early morning / late night there between April 30th and May 1st in the Centennial Hills sky was simply a meteor and not a UFO, as some Las Vegas residents had speculated.
Which they wrote in their Centennial Hills. It's a decent sized area, but I used that, and that's how I found where the people lived.
Oh,
I was like, that's where I was like, oh, right there. That, and I went by some of the day cam footage from Papa. It showed the mountains in the background, and I was able to
do some
like, ooh, and then
do some.
There's a thing on one of the buildings that you could see through the Google Maps. I was like, wow!
Little internet sleuthing.
Yeah. So the meteor was recorded on the American Meteor Society's Fireball logs, but it did not make the logs for, like, say, the NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies.
Which would mean this isn't something that's, like, huge.
Well, and that's I was like, man, that's a little bit weird initially, but like you said, the discrepancy is because the item wasn't estimated to have exceeded 1 meter in size.
Really, I will say that the light
in other words,
I would say that the I don't know, just from the video of that of the police footage of it, it definitely looks like a big object, a larger object. I mean, a meter. We're talking 3 foot across, roughly. Yeah. I mean, unless it was just closer than.
Well, and I think a lot of it comes with the material it's made out of. So an iron nickel meteor burns green. Right.
Okay, green. That makes sense.
So, and it was in an area where there's not a whole lot of, like, you've got the lights overhanging the road, but you don't have, like, a bunch of, like, big buildings and lights up in the sky. So, you know, that backdrop of, like, pitch fucking dark ball sack sky with, you know, green, anything's going to look real bright. So, and NASA stated, quote, in other words, natural objects which are large enough to be categorized as asteroids prior to entering Earth's atmosphere are the things that they log with NASA.
Okay. Yeah, and so this sighting also corresponds with the Lyriad meteor shower, which is obviously active during around the days of the sighting. And the Lyriad shower comes from the debris field that originated with Comet Thatcher. That field is. I think basically originating from 1861, which is the last time the comet was at its last perihelion. Basically, its closest perihelion, which is its closest point to the sun. This places the shower around the same time. You know, the shower was active until about April 29th. So the shower doesn't exactly line up, but maybe like things that are remnants, scraps, stragglers, could definitely be on the possibility side.
add on to the possibility of the initial cop sighting being a meteor shower, I decided to dig in a little bit deeper to the American Meteor Society. Because I know that I've used them before, because I know they keep logs of people. I think they can report on their website and call in. So I figured I wanted to see if other people had documented this, you know? So on Sunday, April 30th, 2023, between the time of 10:40 and 10:55 p.m., 28 witnesses reported to the AMS seeing a meteor. 13 of those reports came from Nevada. 11 of those reports came from Las Vegas.
So 24 reports over in Nevada itself, just in Nevada? Yeah.
Yep. So I'll pull this up real quick so you guys can see. Right here. But these are, all around that time.
And where roughly with the location of, I guess, the Centennial Hills, talking right there where that cluster is. So they're pretty close to Vegas.
Right
yeah, gotcha. North of Vegas. Interesting. Yeah. So
it'd be like comparable to the north part of 465 around Indy.
So fairly close to the city of Las Vegas, and a lot of 24 out of the population of Nevada. I don't know. It's like a quarter, maybe. No, but still decent for the timing of it, late morning, and again, you got to think that not everybody's reporting it, too.
And their report came at 12:45, or no, they came at 1. They waited 38 minutes, so it was like 12:20.
Yeah.
Nothing was seen at that time. 12:22. Nothing, there was nothing reported at that time. And if they see a bright thing coming down, people are pretty damn forthcoming. You got all these nerdy people, which, they sort of use as a derogatory word, but it's not. Other people to report it. So, and the timing on that law of the American Meteor Society on those reports, that also lines up with the body cam footage from the officer.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's easy to think it was that meteor was whatever, this creature was using that hunk of asteroid, meteor, comet to hitch a ride to Earth. He dropped down to procure someone's forklift for whatever means.
I wonder what they were using. And I don't know if it was a forklift as much as I'll show you in the video that's coming up.
I wish that the 16 minutes was that they were like a high-speed pursuit with a forklift going down the road.
The forklift starts flying up like it's ET on the bike.
Yeah. Fun home.
Let's say you got the 10-foot alien. Let's say it's instead of a forklift, it's a skid loader or something like that. He's in the bucket.
Crimbobulon. Crimbobulon's got a pallet full of flim-flams to unload off of the mothership, and they don't have a forklift. They got all the technology at their fingertips of the world, but fuck, they don't have a way to lift a pallet.
Oh shit. Oh, fuck.
Space weed or something,
Space wiener.
Space wieners, big space dildos.
Oh shit.
That's about as good as explanation as any.
Yeah.
So now, the next thing that may indicate this is a possible hoax is satellite photos of the backyard of Angel and his family. And this comes from a Reddit user called Raid 420. And he created a video showing basically what's wrong with the scene in the backyard.
I'm going to look at that, see if he... Oh, okay. So it's not. Okay. I was thinking Raid 420, but like, when everybody was planning on storming Area 51.
Yeah.
No, it's right on the nose with,
I thought like he was like smoking weed that was soaked in Raid bug killer or something like that.
So here's a video from Raid.
Yeah, we're showing the circle. Yeah, so again, we brought this up, right? That the circle was there.
Yep, now it's on Google Earth. 4/18/2022.
You know what this just proves is that these creatures have been coming here for a while and using their forklift.
5/31/2002, 6/14.
Yeah, I don't think it disproves anything. I think it just shows that these guys have been doing this for a while, getting their forklift. Yeah, using the forklift. They got a lot of pallets of the space fentanyl that they have to offload, and
China. We offload it to China.
Yeah, they don't let us use their forklift, so we have to steal it from these people in fucking North Vegas. Okay.
So that goes all the way back, a
Yeah,
year.
no, we're talking either a year easily before the alleged events of this year.
So, also another thing, two quick things before we end this is we've got in, I believe, January of 2022, there was a Twitter account that was created called Alien Society 51 NFT. So it's the same name, only as like Angels. Only it's got NFT on it.
Okay.
And basically I think they posted like once or twice. I can't remember. And it's basically just them trying to sell their NFTs. So that's interesting. I have no proof it's linked.
I'll say there's nothing that shows that it's just Angel.
And yeah, and I went through like all these things that I use for my job. Like I'm typically able to look up people's Facebook accounts and see who actually has the account, see if it's fake, look up emails off of that, phone numbers, addresses. Like I get deep into that shit. And I couldn't find whoever was linked to that account.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's no proof, but I thought it was strange. And then, last thing we'll do is,
it's probably a China bot trying to offload their bullshit NFTs.
Actually, no, I don't have it. So I was gonna play the June 12th TikTok from Angel. But I won't go into TikTok on my computer. I thought I recorded it and put it onto here, but
yeah, TikTok doesn't want us, and fuck them. They're not stealing our data.
So what do you think about this?
Man, I don't know.
After everything,
I mean, some of it's weird. I don't know what to make of, I guess what Angel and his family are going to get out of this for making this up. Other than views on YouTube.
History Channel and Discovery had contacted them.
Yeah.
He bragged about it.
Right. And I'm sure, they're going to have a little brief blurb in one of their documentaries about ancient aliens or, they came and touched my butthole, Jeff. Aliens, I don't know. Jeff the alien touched my butthole, and all I got was this stupid T-shirt. I don't know. I mean, I'd like a little more conclusive evidence. I guess I'd like to know what was in 16 minutes of obstructed body cam footage, and if anything was picked up from the cameras they put on the property, the Vegas Metro Police. But I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there. I've not talked to Angel. I didn't see the alleged forklift operator. So
I was going to try to reach out because I was able to find his phone number and shit.
You think he would talk to you?
Families. I didn't even attempt. I was like, fuck this.
Well, I know you didn't.
Because I would
did
be
you think? Ass. Would you think he would have?
No. I mean, I could have offered him money and then not paid him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sending it over right now.
Send you a Walmart gift card. Blank, but I don't know. What about you?
No, I'm skeptical as fuck.
I mean, this. Before we started really looking into it, I was a little more like, oh, this is kind of wild. But now, with everything that we talked about tonight, and yeah, it definitely kind of cries again. But what drives a whole family, other than I guess everybody can be driven by we'll go along with this weird conspiracy idea of seeing, this weird, just elaborate conspiracy to say we saw an alien to drum up views on our YouTube channel and sell NFTs. I guess.
Oh. Let's see if anything's been put out.
I mean, I was looking at stuff tonight before we started, and pretty much what we covered is what was out there. There's not much. I would say there's not much newer information.
Nope, there isn't. So, I don't know. But you also got people that put out YouTube videos. Supposed webcam footage of something behind a fence. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the picture of the fence, there's all this leaves and shit behind there. There's no leaves and shit. And it was computer generated.
I'm telling you, we're entering an age where you really can't trust anything on the internet. We've been there, but especially with the way you can manipulate video and AI and this and that, it's going to get harder and harder to really believe even something you can see through video, because it's so easy to do now, or it's getting easier to do now. I don't know how easy it is I don't know how to do it, but be careful.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Be careful what you buy into on the internet. It's all a fucking psyop.
Huh. So we'll try to do this every so often. Like I said, I want to try to come back in a few weeks and cover Stephen Greer. Me and Zuul watched through Stephen Greer's video.
Nothing's better than cheddar.
Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that.
Fuck, I forgot to bring in the Cheddar Goblin. Cheddar Goblin, what do you feel about this?
Nothing's better than cheddar.
All right. Fair enough.
Yep. Wise words from wise man.
Yep. Cheddar Goblin, everybody.
we'll do this in a few weeks. We'll cover, me and Zuul sit down and cover Greer's show, and then watch an interview with Grush and see if we can find any other information on that. Because I like doing this. It's pretty fun.
I mean, it'd be nice. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to believe that any of this is true, but you know, if we can find some conclusive accounts or evidence from anybody, that'd be, yeah, it'd be fun to kind of bring that to light and talk about that. But
as they say in France, that's tits up from the knees up.
From my butts up.
I did want to state before I wanted to tell the story before we move on, before we end this. I was at a store. Oh, this is late June when I was on my first vacation time. And I was, it's like a thrift store. It's really nice. And I was walking back to the electronics to see, because sometimes they'll have like Bose speakers and shit like that there. So I went back there to look, and I usually keep my head down. I have a podcast in, keep my head down. I don't really look at too many people. And I looked up because I was going to walk in this little tight area. And when I looked up, I seen an old woman who looked like your stereotypical witch. Wiry fucking hair that hadn't been combed. Dirty shirt that was way too big. Sweatpants with boots on that looked like she had tromped through.
The witch was wearing witch was wearing sweatpants.
Yeah,
she's driving a forklift.
Yep. Nope. There's no forklift. But when I looked up, she looked at me, and she had pulled her shirt up, and like only about to her belly, maybe a little bit higher, and her tits were right there.
Showed your witch titties?
Well, she pulled out her sweatpants and tucked them into the sweatpants, the waistband. I'm not joking. I go, and out loud for some reason, I go, what the fuck? And then she looked like she was looking right at me, and she goes, I go, so I put my head down, walked backwards, left the store immediately.
I don't think I go back.
I was like, oh my God, dude. Her laugh paired with her tucking her boobs into her waistband.
Well, you don't want to trip on them, but at the same time.
Well, and it wasn't like her waistband was up at her belly button. Her waistband was at her waist. Her belly, it was below her belly.
You don't want to trip on those fun bags. Those sacks of...
Oh my God. Oh. I mean, it looked like a pair of like long-eared dogs, like long ears off like a basset hound.
On her, yeah. Okay. My God.
So
yeah,
I'll leave you guys with that story.
If you made it this long, we saved the best for last. Thank you for sticking around and listening to us, and
And email us if you have any cool stories or any alien encounters.
Yeah, we'd love
encounters with
we'd
cryptids.
love to maybe do a
us.
thing. Maybe we talk about some listener encounters. That'd be fun. Drop us a line.
If it's cool enough, we'll actually interview
boys at gmail.com. We got the Facebook, we got the Instagram, their TikTok's I think still there, but fuck that. And we have the website. Is that thelunchpailboys.com? Or yeah. So you can find a lot of stuff there, episodes and some of our research and pictures, or sexy pictures if you don't watch the video podcasts, and even some floof dogs.
The keeper of the eternal flame, floof dog. So, no, thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Have a lovely evening.
Go fuck yourselves.